CrazyTalk 5 introduces all new interactive puppetry animation control, where you can play to create your own custom character animations. Compare the next two clips to see the difference between no animation and the real-time puppetry behind CrazyTalk 5. Stick around to learn how you can create the same kind of effect with the tools inside CrazyTalk 5's real-time puppetry animation.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw. Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw. Toad, that under cold stone, days and nights has 31. Sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first I the charmed pot. Double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Welcome to the CrazyTalk 5 Basic Guide to Puppeteering. The all-new Puppeteering panel in CrazyTalk 5 is a powerful new feature that allows you to control animation in real time as your audio performance plays across the timeline. Let's get started to show you how you can use the Puppeteering panel to make great projects and awesome facial animation inside CrazyTalk 5. To begin puppeteering, start by importing a WAV file or recording your audio that you wish to bring to life. With your audio imported, CrazyTalk will automatically analyze the voice and set the lip shapes for your character. Let's preview that. So you can see we have no emotion here. It's only the lip track, only the mouth shapes that have been imported. Now, with the puppeteering, we can use those tools to add life to our character. Puppeteering inside CrazyTalk greatly enhances the speed at which you're able to add emotion to your character. In previous versions of CrazyTalk, we would have to double-click on the face track to open up the facial expression window. And then, from the facial expression window, we would have to select the category of the face that we wanted to apply to that segment of the timeline. Once we had it applied, then we would select OK after we adjusted the expression strength of the character. And then we would repeat this step, so on and so on, to create the proper animation that we wanted for our timeline. Now, with CrazyTalk 5, we've greatly improved the speed at which you're able to animate. Real-time puppeteering is truly the fastest way to animate inside CrazyTalk 5. The puppeteering panel is split up into a few different sections. First, we have the puppet profile, which allows us to select from general attitudes or puppet personalities. These will open up 6 corresponding facial features or facial expressions here under the full facial control. These will allow you to select a common personality for your puppet and then quickly begin animating. You can see that as we select the different facial features here that the solo facial features are being toggled on and off on the right hand panel. So it's selecting preset definitions for how we will animate the face if you want to choose to go this route. The other route that you can go, and I will click the clear button here to take everything off the screen. The other route that you can go is to select individual facial features by just clicking on them in this solo feature panel. And this allows you to quickly choose the features that you want to animate. To begin puppeteering with CrazyTalk 5, we can start out by previewing some of the animation before we begin actually recording. So we'll begin by selecting facial features that we would like to try, and I'm going to use our first profile here and then select one of the faces under the full facial control. Then we can select preview. This will allow us to toggle on the space bar and then use our mouse to preview the animation when we drag our mouse. So I'm dragging up and down. I can go left or right to see how that's going to react, or we can go all the way around. So you can try many different ways of moving your mouse to puppet the character. Along with the ability to puppet the character's facial expressions, we can also puppet the character's head turning, camera movement, or even eye blinks and eye movement. I've turned on my head turn tools here, and then I'm going to select preview again. And if I look up or down, you'll notice the character responds. If I look left or right, the character responds there. Or if I make a circular motion with my mouse, then my character's head will also respond to that. Animating the character's camera is also possible from the Puppeteering panel. To do so, we can select any of the camera tools. We'll select the zoom tool, and I'll turn off my head tools here. And then we'll select preview. Now you can see with the zoom tool, now I can zoom in by moving my mouse up and down to zoom the character in and out. Puppeting your character's eyeballs are also easily done here inside the Puppeteering panel. To control eye blinks, you would turn on the eyelids. And to control the direction that the eyes are looking, then you would turn on the eyeballs to do so. Then we can select the preview panel to show you how this works. So you can see as I move my mouse left or right, the eyes are moving left or right, up or down. And then to make an instant blink, just click your mouse. And you can add blinks wherever you like throughout the animation. Now that we've gone over the operations for puppeteering, let's get started with recording and introduce you to multi-layered recording with CrazyTalk 5. When you're ready to start recording your facial animation, you can begin by selecting the facial expression you want to start with. In this case, I'm going to use one of the facial feature full controls from the puppet profile, and then you can select record to get started. I'll show you the animation that we'll be adding on this run. So you can see this is the emotion we'll be adding to our character. Hit record and then get ready, because when you hit your space bar, you'll be actually recording as the audio is playing back and puppeteering in real time.
Round about the cauldron goes.
So I'm moving my mouse along with the emotion of my character.
Days and nights has 31. Swelter.
Okay, so we've got our first clip recorded there. Once that's recorded, it's added to the timeline as a motion clip. A motion clip can be edited, or you can right-click on it and actually add the clip to the motion clip library from this section if you want to save it for later. You can multi-layer edit inside CrazyTalk 5. So we can go back and now we can record an entire new pass of puppeteering. Our motion clip will stay on the timeline. We won't record over it. Now we will add a fresh new layer of animation over the top of the animation we just recorded. Recording the second layer of animation is easy. Now we just select a new control, which this time I'm going to select another one of our full facial control presets for the puppet profile. You'll see that come up here in the solo feature section for the features that I'm going to control. And then I'll select preview so you can again see what that's going to look like. This is the emotion that we're going to add to our character's performance. Okay, and then once I'm ready, again I can select record, and then we will record in real time. And we'll hit our space bar to start.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw, toad that under cold stone, days and nights has 31, swelter.
So now we've got our second clip recorded. Now a second motion clip has been added to our motion clip timeline. So we can play this again and see now both passes of the first set of puppeteering and the second version of our puppeteering has now been recorded and added to the timeline.
The cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw.
So remember, we started with no facial expression at all, only a raw lip sync. Now we're puppeteering all of our facial animation directly onto the timeline. So now we've got two passes of facial animation. Let's do a pass now of head turn animation only, so you can see how the head turning really adds more of a dynamic quality to the puppeteering animation. So now we're ready to record the head animation. We'll preview a short bit of this so you can see again what it looks like without the animation for the head.
Round about the cauldron
You can see the head is very still, only looking straight forward. We'll use the head tools to change that. So to do so, we'll set our timeline marker where we want to begin recording again. And then I have my head tool selected here. And then select record. And push the space bar. You can see now I can make the head look around. Okay, so now we've got our first pass of head motion puppeteering on the timeline. So we can preview another bit of that there. So our character is now starting to really morph into this witch, which is actually from Shakespeare's Macbeth. The next feature we'll cover in the puppeteering panel is the jawbone. The jawbone is new to CrazyTalk 5 and gives you much more control over the character's facial expression by just being able to elongate the jaw. Selecting it in the solo feature panel is represented by the chin area, and we can use the preview to power on the preview and see how the jawbone is going to work. You can move left to right or really see the power when you go up and down or side to side as you're up and down and see that control over your character's face. So in order to add greater emphasis in certain areas of your character's performance on the mouth being open for longer periods or wider mouth opening, you can do that even to some extremes with the jawbone. So now let's record some of that into our animation.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison
recorded here.
Throw, toad that under cold stone.
Here.
Days and nights has 31.
Here.
Swelter.
Okay, so now we've got some jawbone animation recorded into our puppeteering. So now we can go back and see how that is emphasized.
In the poison entrails throw, toad.
Now let's add another multi-layer pass for the animation of the eyes. And as we went over that in the earlier section, we know that we need to select the eyelids and the eyeballs if we want to control the eye direction that they are looking and then also the blinking of the eye. So we can do that. I'll just quickly hit preview so you can again see how this works. So I'm going to look left and right with my mouse. You'll see the eyes are looking left and right, and if I click, then I'm getting some eye blinks here. And now let's record some of this. Select record and hit our space bar.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw, toad that
blinking,
cold stone.
Looking around.
Days and nights has 31. Swelter.
Okay, so now we have eye blinks onto the multi-layer animation. We have eye movement there as well, so we can preview that again.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw, toad that under cold stone.
So now going from just a raw lip sync that we had to begin with, now we have emotion, we have head movement, we have eye blinks, we have some jawbone animation, all of that multi-layered by just doing continuous passes and creating multiple motion clips on the timeline. So the real-time puppeteering allows you to have full control over all of these elements, whether you're using the puppet profiles that we have preset and ready for you to take the advantage of different animation presets, or if you are running on pilot mode here and you're really looking at being able to solo the features that you want to select. It's really up to you on how you want to puppet and use that inside CrazyTalk. The best advice I can give you for puppeteering inside CrazyTalk is to experiment and have fun. Try new things with the animation and see if it works. Don't be afraid to record, and if you do something that doesn't look right, then just use Control-Z and simply undo your last recording. In fact, there's 20 steps of multiple undo inside CrazyTalk, so feel free to try many different things and then back up to an area where you're comfortable with. As you can see with CrazyTalk, the more that you play to create, the better the result that you're going to have. In fact, fact, playing and creating inside CrazyTalk is really part of the enjoyment of producing facial animation inside CrazyTalk's environment. So good luck to your facial animation efforts and enjoy CrazyTalk 5.